I'm Gabby.
And I'm Shanna.
And we're 27 Travels.
And this video, we're coming at you from Fiji! Hello everyone, so if you noticed, we are no longer in New York City. We are actually in Fiji, which is crazy. If you watch our last few videos, I think we kind of already explained how we got here. It was a 3-hour flight from New York to Dallas, and then we had a 13-hour flight from Dallas to Fiji. It was actually a direct flight, so that was like pretty easy.
And then boom, we were here.
Boom,
we landed at like literally 5 a.m. Like I don't even know how to explain that to you. We landed at 5 a.m. We got in a car. It took an hour to get to our hotel, and we were in Fiji at like literally 7 a.m. So if you don't know the whole thing about our flights, basically in September of this past year, we went to an event for Visit Fiji, and they gifted free flights to everyone. So we actually got flights to Fiji for free, which is how we were able to get to Fiji, which is insane.
Yeah, so they gave everyone who attended that event like 2 or like free round trip flights. So Gabby and I each had like a round trip flight to Fiji. But there are obviously like certain dates where like you couldn't book, etc. So March was like one of the times where like we could book, and we didn't have anything going on in March at the moment. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go to Fiji. But we were also in Thailand 2 weeks ago, and that came up like after this Fiji trip. So we're basically all the way back on this side of the world within 2 weeks from each other, but it's fine. We'll survive. It's fine because it's been beautiful in both places.
But it's so beautiful here. It is the wet season right now, so this is like a lower tourist season, so it is more affordable to come to Fiji this time of year. And you definitely see like in the morning and at night there's been like rain, but it's nothing crazy. It's still pretty beautiful during the day, so even though it feels a little more humid, it's like paradise.
It's really
here,
nice,
literally.
yeah.
Look, Shanna got me this flower off the floor.
So we also realized here that everyone says bula, and that basically means like, I think it's like hello, but also just kind of like an overall like, you know, word of like,
like
you know, happiness. Yeah, here. So everyone says bula to us all over this property and whatever we landed and like everything. So that's been really nice. But
yeah, so basically we landed yesterday, but we were just like so tired that like we're starting this video with you on our second day here in Fiji. We're staying for about like a week or a little bit more. And yeah, we're just so excited to be here. We have a lot of fun things that we're doing. We're staying on a property that like has a beachfront and like some pools and stuff. So it's also a bit of like a relaxation trip at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like it's super rare for Gabby and I to go on a trip where like we stay at a property for like the majority of the trip. Normally we don't do that, but based on our research like of Fiji, like that's just kind of how like most of the accommodations are set up. It's like there's like the main island that we're on right now, but there's also a lot of smaller islands nearby that people tend to go on or stay on, but then you also have to like, either like take a plane or a boat to get to them. So we're gonna try and go to some of those like on like a tour or like a trip or something, but basically we're really excited to be here. We are loving Fiji so far, and I can't believe we're actually here. Fun fact, Fiji is my 40th country that I got to check off on my little app. Like Gabby and I used the bin app. I think I like took a screenshot when we landed, and I like checked it off because it's my 40th country. That's so cool. I changed up the angle because there's just a palm tree right behind us. But yeah, so basically this trip is just gonna be like kind of like a relaxation, very like chill trip. We have like no work that we have to do. Anything that we're filming or doing is just because that we want to do it and we think it's like really pretty or beautiful or whatever.
Yeah, or it's something in Fiji that we really want to show you all.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like our last few trips have all been work trips. We've been really busy in terms of like the work trips, so it's nice to kind of have this trip where we can just do whatever we feel like doing and just show you whatever we think is really exciting and interesting. Look how pretty the water here is. And look who I spotted in the water. A hottie. There she is. But we found a really nice spot on the beach. Like, Shanna's going in now, I'm gonna go in too, but look how beautiful it is. Like, we're just sitting on the sand. You can see all of our sunscreen products. We just bought this sunscreen, and I'm really loving it so far. It's really good for like the reefs and stuff, and it's vegan and skin safe and stuff. And this is a really good sun lip balm that we've been loving from INN Beauty, and kind of obsessed with it. But anyway, Shanna's in the water. It's so beautiful here. We're just gonna literally chill. It's almost like we have this whole entire beach to ourselves, which is so iconic. You gonna dunk your hair?
Not yet. Okay, we're on the GoPro now, and the sun came back out, so this is great timing to show you how many fish there are.
They're everywhere. I feel like, where were we yesterday? We saw so many.
Yeah, I think we were over here.
I'm gonna give you a tour of the fish because I'm way in the water and Shanna isn't, but I don't know, if you look.
Get in the water.
I will. I'm trying to find a spot that has a bunch. If you look, there's so many fish. I hope you see them from this angle. I feel like the minute I got in the water to show you this, Of course, the minute I got in the water to show you this, I have to actually find them. So let's go find some fish. They're everywhere, but they're kind of like all around you when you're swimming, which is so cool. They're like in every direction, and I feel like the water is pretty shallow here and really clear, so you can just like see them everywhere. Like you can just see them swimming around. I think I'm showing you here. It's all the same kind of fish for the most part.
This is what dating a water sign is like, guys.
Just let me be in the water.
She's just literally floating away.
I'm decompressing.
She's floating away. Earlier when we were here, I think when we first got to the beach, there was a lot of like kids with their like, you know, families with kids and stuff at the beach, but we noticed now it's probably around like 12 maybe. I actually don't know what time it is, but my guess is that it's around like 12. I feel like they all went inside, and now there's literally no one. I mean, there's one person all the way out there, but I don't even think you could see it on the GoPro, but there's literally no one on the beach right now. This is so cool. I'm not sure if we mentioned like the island that we're staying on, but basically like there's a bunch of islands in Fiji, and the main one is like the biggest one, that's where the airport is and stuff, but we're staying like kind of on that main island, but on a small island like attached to it by like a bridge called Sigatoka Island, and that's where the Shangri-La Hotel is. And we picked this hotel because when doing our research, like we heard that like this hotel is supposed to have like a really nice beach compared to the other hotels that are like actually on the mainland. Like they are more accessible for like tours and like the town and like other stuff like that, but the beaches there are not as good. And obviously, you know, we love the beach, and I'm really happy with this because it's literally our own private beach. Like what?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I feel like the hotel itself is like okay,
yeah,
from my perspective of a hotel, but like
it feels old school to us.
A little old school. Like I feel like if you like that vibe, then you'll like it, but for us it feels a little old school. But I feel like the fact that it has this beach on the side of it just makes it completely worth it to stay here, just because it's so beautiful. And like we just said, there's nobody here.
I will say though, the water is really shallow here, so like if you want to like swim properly, you can't really. Like I feel like it only goes up to like my knees really, and we walked out a little bit and like we didn't notice it getting any deeper. There are waves all the way back there,
really
but
far. I thought I'd have to go super far out.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think this is amazing. Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's the next day now, and as you can see, we are back outside on the beach, but this time we came to the area of the private beach where we were like taking the pictures and videos yesterday, because yesterday we like this beach has like a long strip and we were like down at the other end yesterday, but today we came to this little like private beach area.
Yeah, we thought we would switch it up a little bit.
So it looks like this. There's like this sand and the water here, and then the hotel's just like right up there. But
so very cute. Feels like a little inlet.
we found a blue starfish. My shadow's like so in it. I'm trying to like not get my shadow in, but
I'll get my shadow out.
doesn't matter where you go. But
I spotted it. Baby. Mini golf, let's go. You know we're competitive, so
it's the next day now, and we decided to come mini golfing because they had mini golf on the property at the hotel that we're staying at. So
yeah, and we went to breakfast and we were like, why not go mini golf first, so we do something a little different today, and then we'll go to the beach, because there's a lot of cool things on this property that we want to explore, and we have some like little boat trips coming up the next few days.
Yeah, I think they also have like tennis that you could do, and we just saw that they have bikes, so maybe we're like, should we go bike riding too?
Go biking. You all know I can ride a bike now. I learned that at like 25, and
never too late to learn something new.
Never too late. And now I'm like, I can bike, so. Anna's turn. It could have been a hole-in-one, but it wasn't.
Fair turn.
I just want to show you guys so far. I think that I'm winning so far, which we'll see how it goes.
Do your evil laugh again.
This is proof that I've won mini golf one time.
Gabby, you were like almost 10 points.
That's crazy.
Unheard of.
I had a strong first half. I don't know why. The ball, I was feeling the ball, you know? So
It was really fun. It's very hot now though.
it was fun. Now it's too hot. I'm glad we came early because now I'm like, I can't be outside anymore. Well, I want to be outside, but I just can't. I can't golf anymore. What? Good morning.
So it is the next day now. I think yesterday we filmed us doing mini golf, and then it was kind of like raining on and off the rest of the day, so we didn't really do that much. We kind of like sat by the pool, got wet because it was raining.
Yeah, it really rained like all day yesterday for the most part, like in and out. We spent like a little time on the beach, but like we've said, we've just been kind of relaxing. So then we went to like the big pool and like read a little and hung out, but then it was really raining on us, so we were like, never mind. But luckily when we did mini golf, the weather was amazing, so that kind of worked out.
But today we are actually doing a tour, which we're really excited about. So we're doing, I think it's called the Sigatoka River Safari. And basically it's gonna take us like through like some cultural areas of Fiji. We're gonna learn a little bit more about like the history of the island. We're gonna get to try kava, which we're really excited about. And I feel like I don't really know what else the tour has, but it was like very highly recommended. And when we actually went to the Fiji event in New York, which is how we got the flights to come here, we actually met the person who like runs this tour, so that's why we're doing it. So we're really excited.
Yeah, and we're so excited about it. Pretty much everyone who we've met here that is from Fiji has said that that is something that you can't miss, and we've been like, oh good, well we have that. We've had that book, so we're really excited about it. And we're just excited to kind of be like more immersed in the Fijian culture and kind of get out of the area of our resort for a little while. So that is something that I think is gonna be so cool. And I don't even know all the things that we're gonna get up to today, but it should be really fun.
So here is our starting point. Ladies already wear the taroon. That's how our culture goes. While going to the village, crossing the village, ladies are.
Okay, so our first stop was a local Fijian village, which is where we are right now, and we just did a traditional kava ceremony, which was really, really interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool. My tongue is a little bit numb from it, actually.
Kava is like a root plant, and like here, that's like a very popular drink. Actually, there's like no alcohol allowed in the village. You can only drink kava. So it was really fun to try, but I was a little scared because they kept saying that like, oh, like you might like feel something.
But I feel totally fine, to be honest. So we didn't have a lot though.
Yeah, we
literally
told them to put like this much in our thing.
But this village is really cool, and
Hello everyone. So we finished our Sigatoka River Safari tour, and I think it was so fun. It was so unique. I think it's probably one of the most like unique like tours we've ever done while traveling.
yeah, it was a really cool experience. I feel like we were immersed in the culture, and also it was really fun. Like the jet boat that we were on was actually so nice. Like I get really motion sick. I think you all know that, but I didn't feel like even motion sick at all on that. And even when we did the 360 spin thing, which was really cool, they like literally do this thing where you like do a full 360
I'm sure
spin.
it's already been in there.
I was so scared to do that, and then when it actually happened, it was really fun. So it was a cool experience. I mean, like being like in the village was really cool. We like ate lunch with them, we did like a kava ceremony, and we even danced with the locals, which we did not film, but it was a crazy experience.
But we actually learned some like really cool facts that I wrote down on my phone like while like the tour guide was saying them, because I wanted to like repeat them all back to you, but it was really hard to film on the jet boat because like things were getting wet, so I didn't want to like have my camera out.
And it was so fast that the wind was just like, well, you probably saw in our clips, but still, it was really fast.
So I'm just gonna read you some facts from my phone that I wrote. So that the Sigatoka River is the longest river in Fiji, and that sharks breed in that river, and then there's also like eels and piranhas and crocodiles in there. And then they also told us that like you're not really supposed to drink alcohol in the village. Like there is no alcohol actually at all. There's only like non-alcoholic drinks like soda or water, whatever, or kava, obviously. And kava is like a very traditional like Fijian drink. I'm just gonna like, I also screenshotted like what it is because like I know it's like a root plant, but like I think we want to give you like more information. So like kava is like Fiji's national drink, and it's a traditional part of Fijian culture. It's made from ground roots of the yacuna plant, which is a relative of the pepper plant. So they like make kava out of that plant basically.
Yeah, and it's like a huge part of the culture here. Like part of Fijian culture is just like kava. Like they said, it's like one of the core things.
Yeah, it's like picking the kava, like making the kava drink. Like,
and like for example,
I mean, you would have seen like part of the ceremony already in this video, but like you could tell it's like a huge part of like their culture and their lifestyle.
And for example, on our tour, every time they bring like a group to like a village, they go to a bunch of different villages, which I think I've said before. They bring like part of a kava plant to like give as an offering to like the chief of that village.
Yeah, like it was just like so interesting, like all the things that we learned today. And that Hindu is the major religion here in Fiji, but there's also Christianity and Islam, and they also told us that they love rugby and they're obsessed with rugby, so they also say rugby is a religion too. Also, I thought this was interesting that they told us that like that Fijian food doesn't have a lot of milk and cheese because a lot of Fijians don't have a fridge or electricity per se, so that kind of stuff will like goes bad quickly, so they basically only eat like fresh vegetables that are like from the land or animals that they themselves, you know, and then make for food.
Which we got to eat in the village today. They like prepared a meal for like all the people that came, and it was really good. It was a lot of like local fresh food and like
fresh vegetables and
a lot of people here rely on actually farming and like growing the produce so that they can actually make money. So I think that that's like a huge part of the culture here as well.
And then I think Gabby already said, but like the tour that we went on visits 18 different villages depending on the season, so that they can give back to the community, and part of your portion of your ticket that you pay to go on the tour goes back to the village as well. And I think the most interesting fact, at least to Gabby and I, who are currently watching Bones, is that cannibalism is actually a really big part of Fijian history, and it was for tribal and like spiritual reasons. And that actually like the last like known cannibalistic event that happened in Fiji was in the 18th century. So that's like kind of recent for cannibalism,
which
I feel
is so crazy. And I feel like they're like Fijians are not embarrassed about that part of their culture. Apparently it goes back almost 3,000 years. It was just part of like the tribal culture. But it's really interesting and something that we didn't know anything about. And yeah, if you know us, you know we're watching Bones. So just from the
currently in this like
anthropological version of this.
It's very interesting.
It's very interesting.
And then they told us that like that the reasons for cannibalism were obviously spiritual and tribal, but like they did have certain beliefs that like if you ate the brain you would become wiser, and if you ate the heart you would become stronger, things like that. So if you want to research it yourself, I think you should do that, because I feel like talking more about cannibalism on YouTube, not sure how much not sure how much more we can say, but I thought it was very interesting to learn.
That is so interesting. Like even now I'm like I have to read even more about that, because that is such an interesting and kind of crazy history to have, and so unique, truly.
Really liked how they showed us the local village. Like it didn't feel like we were just like overstepping or like taking advantage of the local people. It just felt like we were genuinely like there with them and just like experiencing their culture, which I really liked.
Yeah, I also think a lot of people who travel to Fiji like stay in resorts, like kind of what we're doing. I think that's kind of like the travel culture here. So being able to be like immersed in like local culture and like local people, I think is really important and something that we're really glad that we did.
Now we're gonna watch the sunset, because we keep trying to watch the sunset in Fiji, and every time it's like there's clouds in the sky behind, like right behind where the sun is, so we're gonna see what happens today.
We keep failing, and also probably partially because it's the wet season and the rain has been like in, out, in, out. It's like we'll have like a little like flash 10-minute rain situation and then like beautiful sun for hours, but every time the sunset creeps up on us, it's a fail.
Guys, these are all bats.
There are so many bats. We might have missed the sunset, but we did not miss bat hour.
Yeah, Gabby researched the other day, I don't remember if we saw it on the video, but this is called like a Fijian monkey bat. Something like that. But anyway, these are all bats.
That's so many. Look over there.
Like, look, I'm zooming in. These are not birds, these are bats. Good morning. So it's actually our last full day in Fiji today, but we decided that today we wanted to do a boat tour to go see some of the other islands. So we booked it like a few days ago, and I think the name of the group of islands that we're going to is called the Mamanuca Islands. I'll like put it on screen so you guys can see. But we're gonna go to like 3 different islands on this boat tour, and the last stop is apparently the island where they filmed Survivor and where they filmed Castaway, the movie with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, like they currently film Survivor on that island still to this day, which is really cool. We actually didn't know that when we came on this trip, and a few followers, you guys let us know that they are still currently filming on that island. So we're like, do we have to see that? Yeah, I think so.
So we're getting ready now. It's like really early in the morning. It's like 6:30 in the morning. But we need to get like a ride from our hotel to like the port where like the boat leaves from, and then go on the boat from there. But we're really excited. I feel like it's gonna be really fun. And hopefully we don't get motion sick while we're on this boat. I mean, I tend to not get motion sick, but I have in the past on boats, so I'm always like, But Gabby always gets motion sick, as you guys know.
Really motion sick, and it's definitely worse like in the morning. So like doing something at like 7 a.m. for me is so much worse than doing it at like 5 p.m. Like at 5 p.m. I probably would be fine, but at 7 a.m. my body's like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing?
And we're going on this tour with Cruise in Fiji. We like booked it ourselves, like paid for it ourselves. We were like researching like different boat tours we could do while we were here, and like this one just like looked the best. So hopefully we have a good experience, and we'll let you all know like what we think of it in case you're looking for boat tours to do while you're here. So we just made it to our first stop, which is this sandbar, and we snorkeled on the way here, which you probably already saw.
The snorkeling
was
incredible.
It was so nice.
The coral here was so insane, and there were so many fish, like big, colorful fish.
But now we're just chilling at the sandbar until our next stop.
This is by far the best country I've ever been to for seashell hunting.
Like,
there's just
like
beautiful seashells everywhere.
You guys know we've been doing it like all day at the beach, but look what we found just here.
Of course, I make sure, and you should too, that there's no
crabs or any other sea
any
creatures.
animals or
Yeah.
sea creatures that are
Look at
using
that.
those shells. We usually just take broken ones, but it's just so cool.
That's a broken one.
Yeah.
But you have the full one in your hand.
Yeah. Like
This
a
is
shell.
so cool.
Shanna's gonna jump off the boat.
Can you see me if I like go like that?
Okay. Yeah.
You can see? Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
You did it. Did it feel high?
It's like when you jump off the cliff in Curacao.
High, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. You'd be able to do it. I'm telling you.
Okay, Shanna is gonna jump off the boat again because she's a daredevil and she loves jumping off of things. Yeah, you ready? Oh my god. She's so crazy. She loves jumping off of things. For me, I'm like, I can only do it once. So I did it once and that counted, right? You did it, I'm so proud of you. Shanna's already jumped 3 times to my once, just so everybody knows.
If you can hear us, the island behind us is one of the islands where they filmed Survivor.
Which is crazy, like still currently.
That's crazy.
I can see why. It would be hard to survive in there.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed, we can only swim in the water. We're not allowed to step foot on like any of this island, actually.
It's so pretty though.
It's so pretty and it's really clear and blue. It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
Okay, so
so sick.
our last stop is, I forget the name of the island, so I'm gonna put it on screen. But this is the island where they filmed Survivor and also the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. And I already filmed, like, they had like a little like Wilson ball, which is like what he like talks to like in the whole movie. It's like his like best friend in the movie.
If
It's like a volleyball,
he's like stranded and all he has is like this volleyball he finds in the water.
Yeah.
And it almost becomes like he's losing it so much being all alone on an island that he starts like speaking to it. That's my best explanation of this movie.
But anyway, we are walking around this island right now. There's like apparently like a path from like the side that we got off on the boat to like the other side of the island. It's a straight path. It's so beautiful. It feels like we're like in the jungle. Like just like walk in front of me. Like
crazy.
This is crazy.
It's so cool. And
It's
it's
so
also
cool.
so shadowy because I was so hot before.
Yeah, this is really nice.
But like you can walk across the entire island and then it loops you around back on the beach, which is cool.
So that is what we are doing currently, but so far this tour has been amazing and so much fun. Like the activities we're doing, like the snorkeling is really, really good. Oh, there's like a spider.
Where?
There's something. I was attached to my hand. It's just really, really fun. So we're having the best time ever. Look, it says, help me. I wonder if this is from the movie. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in so long.
It's definitely from the movie.
Right? It has
I think
to be.
so.
There's also this coconut head on a stick. I feel like that's also from the movie too. We're gonna have to do some research later, but if this is from the movie, I'll like superimpose like the scene or something on the edit.
Yeah.
In post. I'll do it in post. I'll add it in post.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So it's actually our final day in Fiji today, but it's not even really like a full day because we have to like pack and get ready for the airport and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like we already packed our luggages, but it's like one of those travel days where we kind of have the entire day, except that we of course have to like check out of our room at like 11 a.m., which it almost is right now. Like our bags are packed, we're gonna check out, but then we have to like 5 o'clock at this hotel before we can actually go to the airport. If not, we'll be way too early.
But anyway, we just wanted to like kind of quickly talk about the boat trip we did yesterday because I think we talked like a little bit while we were doing some of the like stops on the boat trip. I don't know if we said everything. So basically we went to 3 different islands in the Mamanuca Island group in Fiji, and I probably have put them on screen like, you know, while we were there, like in the previous clips and stuff. But the first one was like such amazing snorkeling. Like it was like
incredible.
Like the reef that we were snorkeling by was like one of the most beautiful ones we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was huge, and there was just like all these like blue corals and tons of fish, and we even saw a bunch of jellyfish. Like
Yeah,
we honestly
actually,
swam through some jellyfish. We just saw so much different sea life, so it was really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think that like there were so many jellyfish. Like I don't know if I caught any of them on my GoPro, but there were so many, and we got stung by them a little bit. Like it just felt like a little pinch. So I got stung here, but you know, the mark's like already gone. So
yeah, like
it
was fine. It was fun, and I feel like it was like amazing snorkeling, and we're kind of picky about like what we see when we're snorkeling. I feel like all snorkeling is fun, but sometimes it's not every trip that you see like amazing snorkeling, and that's what this was. It was really cool.
And then the second stop was another island that we actually couldn't like walk around. I think it's like protected or something, but we were able to like jump off the boat into the water there, and the water was like so blue and so nice. And of course I like was like the first person to like jump off the boat. I had to convince Gabby to do it, and I think I did because like she did it once and then she was like, no more.
Yeah, once was enough for me to jump off of a boat. Like I'm good.
But it was really like the water there was like absolutely beautiful, and the island there was gorgeous. And then
yeah,
the
like
last
so beautiful, literally.
And then the last island that we went to was the one where they filmed Survivor and Castaway. And they also were telling us that they filmed Survivor at like a bunch of the different islands like over there, but like the last one that we went to was like one of the main ones, but like they do film at like some of the other islands as well. But it was just so cool to be there. They even had like a little volleyball that was like Wilson, which is like what Tom Hanks like talks to in the movie.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool.
It was cool. They even had like the little like help me sign that he does. I'm pretty sure we filmed that, but also the tour included lunch, so they did like an authentic lunch experience for us there, and it was just really, really nice. And we got a lot of time, I feel like, at all of the stops. So I think Shanna and I are so glad that we booked that tour because we weren't sure if we were going to do 2 tours on this trip, but then we were like, you know what? Let's just do it. And I feel like we're both so glad that we did it because both of the tours that we've done on this trip in Fiji were incredible.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like they were amazing, and I'm so glad we did it because I think we mentioned already in this video, but like the culture here seems to be like very like resort like. So like you basically book a resort, you stay at a resort. Like most of the hotels are resorts anyway, and then it's kind of hard once you're in the resort to like leave unless you book a tour, for example. So I'm so glad that we did that because we were able to see so much more of the island and the country. Anyway, this is going to be the end of our Fiji video because we are leaving for the airport today and we're not doing anything else here, but hopefully you all enjoyed watching, and hopefully we gave you some tips on things that you can do if you are ever visiting Fiji. I think overall it's like seems like a very relaxed, like chill culture, very chill country for sure, and it doesn't really seem like there's like a main town area with like things to do. I mean, obviously Nadi, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, like where the airport is and like where the port was that we left from yesterday seems to have like the most going on, but even still there's not really too much, at least from our experience, going on, and like there's not like a big city or like a big hub per se. It seems like the resorts are like all over the island, or their hotels, accommodations are all over the island, and you can just decide what you feel like doing and what makes sense for you.
Yeah, having said that, I feel like Fiji itself is absolutely so beautiful. It's like so lush and green, and there's so much like incredible wildlife here. Like, I mean, you've seen that we've seen like fish, bats, jellyfish.
We're obsessed
like,
with
you
the
name
bats.
it.
I'm literally, I'm like sad we're not gonna see bats anymore.
We were getting used to bat o'clock, but you know, I feel like it's just been a really incredible time. Locals here are so kind and so friendly. Everybody says like hi to you. They all say bula to you. They all say bye to you. It's like a really nice experience. So I feel like I don't think that Fiji is somewhere that you should sleep on, especially if you're someone that likes like a more relaxed kind of beach vacation. This would be a really great place to come.
Yeah, and I think also coming in like the wet season, aka like the not really like busy touristy season, was also really nice. I mean, it rained on and off a few times, but for the most part we had like really amazing weather, and we were able to experience this island for a much more affordable price with less people, so that was really nice. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon with another video. Bye!